Hey, good afternoon, guys. It's Diane Crothers here on this lovely Wednesday afternoon. Hopefully it's sunny and warm where you are. It's sunny here in Santa Cruz, California. I am just going to be talking today about the ultimate advice for scrapbookers, beginning or intermediate. First of all, the book or the album does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like a perfect vacation or like everything in there being beautifully, illustrated and perfect. For example, we planned a trip when our kids were little to Florida, and we rented a place, a little condo by the beach, and it was a big resort. And it was just, me and my family went, and my sister-in-law's family went. And so it was just going to be all the kids and big Easter celebration, and just a lot of fun, a lot of activities and adventures and, all good things. About the middle of the trip, we had to go to the ER for emergency visit. And I took pictures of it because, yeah, the vacation wasn't like perfect, but it was just normal everyday adventures that happen usually while you're traveling. What we noticed, a lot of unexpected hiccups when on our vacation. So, but that's what makes our scrapbook special, right? All the stories you can tell to your kids when they're like, "Wait, why'd you take pictures of the ER visit?" And it's like, because that was part of the adventure that we went on, and I wanted to remember those moments and how we made it through it, and we comforted him, and all that stuff. So that's one thing. It doesn't have to be a perfect scrapbook. Everything in there doesn't have to look happy and rosy. It can be it can be just normal life. And the other example that I wanted to tell you was that I was trying to get the perfect Christmas picture of my boys when they were very small. I think my youngest was like 2 and my oldest was like 3.5, 4. And they had little Christmas hats on, the little Santa hats, and Jackson, my youngest, wasn't really cooperating. He wasn't having very much fun with it, but I wanted to get it done. And so I was trying to force it, and he was screaming his head off because he wanted his pacifier. We called it a binky. So he's screaming for his binky, and I'm taking pictures with him, like just having a complete meltdown. Well, that ended up in the book because I'm like, hey, this is life, and it makes a great story, and it brings up those feelings of love and frustration and just all the things you go through as a mom. So that would be one of the things I would suggest for advice. The other one is to, it doesn't have to be elaborate. I mean, if you're creative and you want to take the time to create this fabulous story and book with like creativity and artwork and, intricate details of, like with embellishments and stuff like that, go for it. But if you really want to get a story out there and you feel like you don't have the time, there's options. There's tons of options of quick ways to do scrapbooks or albums or memory albums. The most important thing is to get your story out there. Get your story out there. If it's a story about you and your adventures, or a story about your family and their family's adventures, you just need to get it out there. And it's such a great heritage, heirloom, like to pass down for generations. And it's a part of history because it is a history of your family. And I'm obviously very passionate about scrapbooking. I've been doing it for about 12 years, and it started off with just scrapping, doing books of my adventures, like when I was in college, all the adventures that I went on, ski trips and backpacking trips, and just parties, my 30th birthday, all that kind of stuff is in those albums, and I can look through them, and when I see those pictures, I remember the feelings that I felt, and the people that were around me and the love that I felt. And it just makes me super happy, and love doing it. So those are my tips and my ultimate advice for scrapbookers, beginning or intermediate scrapbookers. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that had some value for you. If you have any other questions regarding scrapbooking, please don't hesitate to pop me a message. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great evening.